Renato from Headspin UI here, and in this short video we are going to see how you could implement magnetic subnavigation. So what is magnetic subnavigation? Usually your site will have primary navigation inside header. That is a template, but this is helper navigation which you are going to put on page. And it is great to pitch a sequence of related sections. So let's copy, and we are going to see how you could implement this and how it is going to look. So we are on local install. We are pasting this component. Let's move to the top. And here I could see it. So we have like 4 steps. These are links which are going to be connected to sequence of section, and as that section gets into view, this will appear and highlight active item or active section. So you will get this cool effect. So let's connect these sections. So this is going to be our section 1. We are skipping hero section. You should skip hero section because we want to have a nice animation on scroll. So we need to skip hero, and after hero, when some sequence of 3 or 4 sections comes to view, it will start appearing and highlighting them. And if we link hero, we won't have that effect because it will appear on page load. So we should skip hero to pull maximum out of this effect. And let's call this section 1. The next section will be 2. I have already this, but we are going to type that again. This section is going to be section 3. And the last one will be section 4. Okay. Now we have set IDs on sections. We need to configure links. Here we have wrapper links, and we need to use same IDs as links. Okay, 2. This will be 3, and this will be 4. After doing that, we could go to the front end, and let's check this effect. So we don't see anything initially, and I'm going to start scrolling slowly. Watch closely below header, and we are seeing our section is getting almost into view. And now when it gets into view, it will show this sub-navigation. So you could see. Now we have our first section into view, and it highlight first item. And as we scroll, it will switch items. To demonstrate, I was scrolling slowly, but if you scroll faster, it will work also. And when you get to hero, which is not linked to any of these items, it will hide. So it shows just linked sequence of sections. And if you have 4 items, these 4 sections should be in sequence without breaking that sequence, because if you break sequence, it will hide, because it does not have any section to highlight and then show again, which is not going to have a desired effect. So if you have 4 sub-navigation items, you should have 4 sections linked in sequence without breaking the sequence. If we want to customize, we have this CSS edit styles here div. With this name, it tells us to go to custom CSS, and this first item is going to be default styles. So this is styles when item is not active. So we could see really muted color and so on. This next is hover. So when user hovers item, it will change color to be much more visible. And the last one is when item is active. So when our linked section is inside view, it will highlight active item or active section, better to say, and this is a link styles when it is highlighting some item. Okay, we could adjust border color, but mainly in this design you want to tweak color. And from styling options, that would be all you need to customize. And mostly it is a pretty good defaults, and you won't need to customize many things here. Also, you could note we have sticky header. It is magnetically tying to the header, and you could see it is perfectly aligned. We are using a script to calculate if there is sticky header and set position correctly. Also, I have a admin bar. You could also see that it takes that into account. It works even when header is not sticky. So let's jump to header. Let's disable sticky behavior. Okay, going to sticky. Disabling. We need to save. Going to front end. Okay. And now we don't have sticky header. While I am scrolling, my first section appears, and you could see this is positioned correctly again. So as you could note, it works with sticky and without sticky. Also, it takes into account this admin bar, so it won't overlap with that. If there isn't admin bar, it would be positioned at top. So for most of the cases, it should work out of box. We have tried to take everything which you could encounter usually in our calculation. So the last test should be testing on smaller devices. So let's mimic mobile. So we could see, okay, this is too big even. Let's do really small. This is now simulating a really small mobile screen, and you could see it will give this horizontal scroll, and it will scroll active item inside view. You could see this animation. So out of box, it works even on smaller devices. So that is a great thing. And that will be everything from this component. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.